Your Excellency, the Governor, Honourable Chief Minister, Mrs Davis, friends and colleagues. I'm going to have to be very careful not to get emotional. Coming back to Montserrat is like coming home. From the time you meet the first taxi driver outside the terminal to get to the hotel, you've met 10 people on the road. I always get a warm feeling coming back to Montserrat. I feel a fraud because the Chief Minister gave Veronica and I a splendid farewell in September '97. Even came to the airport to make sure that I left. And Tony Duke, the Foreign Secretary, had to get in there. What was supposed to be a farewell reception, and now the Governor has been so kind to lay this on tonight, really to be with so many friends with whom we went through one of the greatest crises any community, small community, has endured. In some ways I regret the last 10 years. The Foreign Office, the day I retired, phoned me up and said, can you come back tomorrow? You've caused so many disasters in your career, you must know how to stop them, so you come back and tell us. Those 10 years have prevented me from getting on with the project which needs to be done, and that is the book about the eruption. There have been books, but nobody's written the book about how Montserratians dealt with this crisis in their centre. We were told when this started that it was a small volcano, couldn't possibly last more than 5 years. Scientists did keep telling us that it's an inexact science. And at 5 years they said, oh, no more than 10 years. And then in perpetuity. And when we saw Rod this afternoon up at the MBO, I think he was hinting it will go on beyond in perpetuity. So I'm hoping that there might be an opportunity now to sit down and start the book in collaboration with the scientific community. I still regard as very close and dear friends Willie Aspinall, Steve Sparks, Jeff Watch, and we see each other often. And those scientists some of them have almost now given half a working life to Montserrat, and they have the same affection for Montserrat as I do. Now this 3-week period of silence with the Premier, I might be getting Alzheimer's, but I don't remember it. I was told at the time he was off Ireland. And this business of a crate of red wine going in the opposite direction, I think that was Frankie Michaels doing, because I get a crate of white wine coming the other direction. If you can imagine two people, the Premier and the Governor, from a period when Montserrat was as close to paradise as you can imagine. I lecture at universities, a 2-hour lecture on Montserrat, recent history of Montserrat, and how the territory after Hurricane Hugo put itself back together, how the Premier had brought in foreign investment, and how this place was really ticking. A beautiful, wonderful community. And then for all that to be taken away from you. Well, you can imagine that Ruben and I were faced with they were insoluble problems. I always tell people, hearing this from Ruben in a different manner, I've always said that I can't remember a crossword with Ruben. We both had, it was the same agenda, but there were slightly different routes to get to the final destination. Ruben had to try to protect the new investment. Plymouth looked like a shiny new pin in those days. It was beautiful. So in my book, I won't be able to recall it, arguments, but if you want to remind me, I'll give you a chapter to yourself. We've been here this week doing an exercise. It was highly productive, and one of the things we commented on to the Governor and the Premier was how impressed we were by a very high number of Montserratian public servants who came along, exercised with us, and at the end we asked them to flag up what you thought went well, flag up the 3 things you think didn't go well or you messed up on. And to the credit, everybody came back, self-analysed where it had gone wrong. And the Deputy Governor has already had public servants phoning him saying, when are we going to get on, when can we start? So there is this enthusiasm. And as the volcano no longer impacts on your life, to the extent it used to, it is time to get back to looking at the range of hazards that you will face in the Caribbean. So I thought just for fun I would rerun Hurricane Hugo, giving it a different name to see how many people recognised it. And I think it was only the Premier who picked it up, nobody else did. I'd like to say thank you on behalf of Veronica, because while we were here, we moved houses 7 times while we were here. And we were itinerants for a while, but you were our family, and you took us in, you supported us, you gave us the strength to carry on. So when I say it's like coming home to family, I don't love my own family as much as this. So thank you all for everything you did for us. I do continue to do what I can for Montserrat. I sit on the Montserrat Foundation with Sir George Martin, and I have said to Ruben, if there's anything I can do in London, I'd be pleased to do. I've never drunk from runaway gut. Well, today we did. So you'll probably never see me again. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much, Toby, for your kind words. Tony, thank you for yours. And Governor and Mr. Davis, thank you very, very much. Thank you.